Welcome to LoomWithin, where we explore the depths of human emotions, behaviors, and mental well-being. Today, we're diving into a topic that many don't think about: the dark truth about empathy. Empathy is often celebrated as one of the greatest human traits. It's the ability to step into someone else's shoes, feel their pain, and understand their emotions. It allows us to connect on a deeper level and creates bonds that can last a lifetime. But, like many good things, empathy has a shadow side, a darker truth that isn't talked about enough. When empathy becomes a burden. Empathy can feel like a gift, but for some, it's more like a weight. Being deeply empathetic often means absorbing the emotions of others. It's not just understanding their pain, it's feeling it, too. This can lead to something called emotional burnout. Imagine constantly taking on the sadness, anger, or stress of those around you. Over time, it becomes exhausting, and you might find yourself emotionally drained. Your mental health can take a toll, leaving you feeling like you have no energy left for yourself. Empathy without boundaries can lead to 1. Chronic fatigue. 2. Difficulty managing your own emotions. 3. Anxiety or depression. 4. A sense of losing your own identity. 5. Empathy and manipulation. Here's another dark truth: empathy can make you a target for manipulation. When someone knows you're empathetic, they might exploit it for their own benefit. They could use guilt or emotional appeals to get what they want, knowing you'll struggle to say no. Have you ever been in a situation where someone's problems became your problems? Where you felt obligated to help, even at your own expense? That's emotional manipulation in action, and it often preys on empathetic people. Empathy in toxic relationships. Empathy can also trap you in toxic relationships. You may excuse harmful behavior because you understand why the other person acts that way. You might think, they're not a bad person, they're just hurting. While that may be true, it doesn't excuse them from taking responsibility for their actions. Being overly empathetic in these situations often means ignoring your own needs and well-being. Remember, empathy shouldn't come at the cost of your self-worth or mental health. Empathy and over-identification. Another dark side of empathy is over-identification. This happens when you lose the boundary between your emotions and someone else's. You start to feel their pain as if it's your own. While this might seem compassionate, it can actually make you less helpful. When you're overwhelmed by someone else's emotions, it's harder to offer them the support they truly need. Instead, you both end up in emotional distress. The solution: balanced empathy. Empathy doesn't have to be all or nothing. The key is learning how to balance compassion for others with care for yourself. This is where empathic boundaries come into play. Number 1. Set limits. It's okay to say no or step back when you're feeling overwhelmed. Number 2. Recognize manipulation. Be mindful of people who use your empathy to take advantage of you. Number 3. Focus on support, not absorption. You can care for someone without taking on their emotions as your own. Number 4. Practice self-care. Refill your emotional tank by taking time to rest, recharge, and do things that make you happy. Empathy as a superpower. When managed well, empathy is a superpower. It can heal wounds, build relationships, and create understanding in a divided world. But unchecked empathy can harm you and leave you vulnerable to emotional exhaustion and manipulation. It's important to remember that being empathetic doesn't mean sacrificing yourself. It's about showing compassion while maintaining your strength and emotional health. So, what's your experience with empathy? Do you find it empowering or exhausting? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more thought-provoking content from LoomWithin. Thank you for watching, and take care of your mental health.